Welcome to our speaker interview series at MDX 2019 here in Austin, Texas. Joining us now is Scott Tinkoff. Scott Tinkoff brings over 12 years of experience in data-driven marketing to MeritDirect. Since joining MeritDirect in 2010, Scott has been dedicated to delivering customer growth for Merit clients and increased ROI through circulation planning, strategy, and analytics. Scott's clients rely on him for his uncommon ability to develop and refine tactics while bringing a decisive perspective. Prior to joining MeritDirect, Scott spent time in various circulation, analytics, and brand management roles at Uline and School Specialty. Welcome, Scott.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us today. So what are the challenges in adopting a multi-channel strategy?
Well, it's something that everybody's been talking about for a long time, but we've finally gotten to a place where it makes sense. We have the data, the analytics, and the ability to tie everything together to make it effective and worthwhile. Really, it's been a challenge historically to get a strategy together that works seamlessly throughout the channels, where we were able to contact the same person via multiple channels and tie that out. We've gotten to the point where we really can do that, and we're starting to see the positive results of those efforts.
Cool. So how quickly are companies beginning to adopt a multi-channel strategy?
It's taken a while from the B2B side of things, which is where we specialize.
Right.
Really had B2C pushes for many years. We've been talking about it as a B2B group for many years, but we finally gotten to the place where we can really do it effectively. And so now the adoption rate is starting to pick up a lot. People have been marketing via multiple channels before, but now integrating and unifying those channels is really the next step, and that's where people are going now.
Sounds good. So how have you seen a multi-channel strategy work over the years?
So one of the first things that I was asked when I joined Merit was, how have you used multi-channel processes and how have you been able to make that strategy work? Have you been able to make email work along with a catalog, for instance? And I kind of chuckled and said, from a prospecting standpoint, I've never seen email work. And we've gotten to the point where now we've kind of failed enough to figure out all the right ways. And we've learned from other people, from consumers, from other people we brought into the company. Now we're starting to see that it's not about one time. It needs to be over a long period of time. You identify an audience and you reach them over and over and over again. And that's really where the success is.
Interesting. So why is it critical for marketers to adopt a multi-channel approach in general?
Attention spans are getting a little shorter these days.
Much shorter.
And it's hard for people to stay focused. And so even if you are in front of someone with a catalog or you're in front of them with an email, you need to cut through that clutter. And message is part of it, but frequency is also part of it.
Absolutely.
It's all about being in front of them enough. And that multi-channel strategy allows you to be in front of people where they are and reach different audiences via different mediums and reach the same audience over and over. So
interesting. So why is it necessary or important to take a customer-centric approach when it comes to designing that type of strategy?
So there's certainly the messaging component. It's important to have a message that's going to cut through that clutter, that's going to be customer specific. But the part that is almost more important is tailoring your strategy to that customer set. Understanding how much a customer is worth and how much you're willing to invest, how many channels you're willing to interact with them, because we're all working in a finite budget.
Absolutely.
So it's really about how much am I willing and able to spend and who deserves it. From a customer standpoint, who's already shown their worth and is likely to continue to buy a lot. From a prospect standpoint, who's going to have that long-term value that's going to pay off and make it worth speaking to them via multiple channels and an increased investment.
Definitely. Cool stuff. Thank you so much, Scott. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.